Good day, everybody. Welcome back to DCS. We are back in Mission Editor. To build upon the previous mission, I'm going to go ahead and delete the bomber group that was too high. Although you can have them fly this high, but if you want them to actually drop bombs, they have to be at a low altitude. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this guy. What I'm going to do now is do a quick copy of this entire, whoops, make sure I don't click off the planes. Start here and click through the squadron and select all the planes. I'm gonna go ahead and do a copy, so Control C and then Control V. Let's place them right about there. All right, but the whole thing here is you're gonna have to go through. I'm gonna call this guy leader. I believe leader 2 is acceptable in this case. So here we go here to advanced waypoints. Let's go here and they will be following leader 2 and leader. So they are already more or less in position. All you need to do is click on one of these to make it work. All right, advanced. Let's go. You will follow leader 2. Right high. There you go. And you have to do this for every single one. Switch the leader or who they're going to follow. And just do one position, and that should solidify where they're going to be. And even so, what you could actually do is have this guy follow leader 1, but at, let's say, position and wing, I think. But I don't want them. They'll put them very far in the rear, and I don't want them. I kind of want them close together. That's just my personal preference. So you could do leader 2 and left low. So what you could do here is say, click on this. This guy would then follow leader 1, and then you can make him leader, and then they'll put him, oh, that puts him right over the top, which is, oh, that's a problem. All right, so I just put them right over one another. That's not what I want it to do. Second group. So he's in second group. Not leader, second group. So at this point, I think we'll just leave them here. So they're all attached, or these guys are now attached to leader 2, who is now, what's the distance here? You know, 1 nautical mile or so. We'll go ahead and leave it at that. We'll just have the formation coming through like that, and let's go ahead and we need to select this guy, and we need you to carpet bomb. Let's call your carpet bomb start right about here. I know they're going to hit a lot of water, but it is what it is. And again, adjust it how you see fit. All right, so now that we have our 2 bomber squadrons, and of course you could add a 3rd and a 4th and move them around as you will. So if you don't like the 1, let's say, nautical mile, let's go ahead and do big formation. He's not going to follow anybody. And let's go ahead and see if we can move this guy a little closer, maybe not too far, but maybe a distance of maybe like 1800 feet, so you can bring him forward and kind of line up their route lines a little bit, but it doesn't have to be specific. So at about, you know, there, keep them close but not too close. So that's kind of how I like it, but you can set them up however you like. If you want to put them in group 2, group 3, group 4, there's nothing wrong with that. So they will be dropping bombs, still the same location that has already been determined. Did I select the wrong guy? Where's your carpet bombing? Wrong guy. Click this guy. He should have carpet bombing. And I clicked off of him. So come back over and let's see. He should have his carpet bombing. All right, so his carpet bombing is good. Nothing to worry about there. All right, so they're going to drop the bombs there. So in order to, you know, assist and to have some, I guess, dramatic effect and add, let's see, add go to the Third Reich. I don't want armor. I want air defense. Let's go. I don't want AAA. I do want AAA, but let's go with Flak 41 and place the first one. We'll have right about here. And this guy looks like this. So you have a pretty big gun, and let's go ahead and point him in the correct direction. So the correct direction is going to be, oh, what, 347, what is that? Let's zoom in a little more, try to get it as accurate as possible, because you want them pointing in the general direction, because if they're not pointed in that direction, they're going to have to turn around. Let's call that 325. So you want them facing 325, give or take, so that when the bombers arrive, they don't have to turn around. They're able to just lift their guns and fire. So I'm going to make a group of 20. Let's go 20, and then I'm going to go 21 because I have a... I'm going to change one of them to a particular piece of equipment that you will need. So I'm going to now spread the guns around, say one right there, and spread them around however you like. Maybe, you know, literally have them one per line. But again, that's up to you how you would like to have them set up. But, you know, separate them a bit and have them spread out. So you want to spread them out around this guy who's labeled 1, because he's going to be the lead, if you will, the person or piece of equipment that will dictate where everybody's going to sit. So if you move them around like this, they're all going to fall in formation. So I am going to leave those guys right there. Now this guy, I'm going to switch to a KDO. Now the KDO is necessary so that you can pinpoint the targets and shoot them down. So in that case, all the guys' skills are average. You can make them higher if you feel like you need to. So what I'm going to do here is now clip this guy here, and I'm going to Control C, copy, and I'm going to go ahead and put another group right here. Let's add another group. I like to add some groups. Since they're average, I don't expect them to really do much of anything. You probably don't even need that many KDOs, but I'm going to just have a KDO per unit. You could also add other units if you wanted to, just for additional protection. So like air defense. Let's go air defense. AAA. I believe. Quad. No, I did not want to do that. So you have to make sure to click off of the unit that you're looking at, because if you don't, then you'll switch this one here. I need to make sure it's a KDO again. All right, it's a KDO. So let's click off of here if I can. Click off. Let's go ahead and add. Let's add some quads. Say right here. So a quad is just a 4-barrel, what is that, a 20 mil gun. So let's go ahead and add maybe 20 of them, and we'll separate them throughout the with these guys you don't need a KDO, but you can separate them over here, just have them around so they can shoot at any low-flying aircraft that are coming in to target your flak guns. So again, spread them out however you see fit, and they are just additional protection for, say, low flying P-47s that will spot them and then come in for the kill, and these will help deter and or fend off any sort of attack. But again, oh, there you go. I clicked on the leader and that moved him around. Let's get this guy up in the front. So let's say their position is right about there. All right, so now that I'm done with them, and you can add as many air defenses, or you can even add troops or other vehicles if you want. But for the purpose of this, I think I'm gonna leave it at this. And let's go ahead and see how this looks. We're gonna have to follow our bombing groups over here and see how they handled the flak guns. And again, the flak gun guys are average, so I honestly don't expect much. Let's go ahead and fly and see how it looks. And this will also test out to see if the distance between the first bombing group and the second bombing group is enough. Because if those, let's say the higher formation, if they fall back too far, they could run into the other planes. So that is something to worry about. And if they're too close, they might do something like that and do some weird stuff. All right, well, sometimes the AI needs a little effort here. I think I know what happened is that formation stayed at group 2 elevation instead of the regular elevation, and that's what caused it. But either way, let's see, look at them real quick. So they're really far ahead. But now those other bombers have gotten to the correct height, and they are literally just above, and those other bombers have fell back as usual. But that is fine. They are moving along, not quite in the formation I'm wanting them to, but AI will do AI things, but I will correct that later. Actually, let me correct that now. All right, so if they were in group 2, so what is their elevation? Their elevation is no. Oh yeah, their elevation is too high. So these guys' elevation should be 20,000 feet. All right, so their elevation should be 20,000. The same as this guy's elevation. So if you do switch from them being group 2 back to just their own formation following themselves, they will stay at that height, which is a mistake, because then the rest of these guys are going to be wondering, they're going to try to form up on him, which is going to cause problems. So let's try that again, and I'm hoping, let me see if there's any way I can adjust this guy to not do what he's doing, because he's going to have to be high squadron right high, so that's not going to change. All right, so save. Let's see how it looks now. Hopefully they don't fly all over the place. All right, let's go ahead and fly and see how it looks. All right, they're going to adjust a bit, which is to be expected. They're going to adjust. All right, they're spanning out. They're doing their thing. Both squadrons are doing the exact same thing. So let's go ahead and speed up a bit. And they are leveling off and seems to be looking good. It's not too bad. And again, those other planes are falling back the same as the other squadron is. Let's go ahead and zoom out and look. So I'm hoping that I can click on one of these, Control Z or Shift Z. I want to look at the squadron real quick and make sure that hopefully they pick up some speed so they don't fly into one another. But that is looking still good. It's a little messed up, but it's still okay. Alright, let's go back to the map here, and let's go ahead and speed up, and we'll see how the formation is holding. Alright, so those guys have both fallen back past their formation, so it is what it is. I hope for the best, and then I just expect that there's going to be weird stuff happening when the AI tries to get in formation. So what I'm waiting for now is for them to cross the channel. They should cross right, or go right in the middle, if you will, to my flak guns, and then I want to see how well they do. Now, if their skill, which is average, is, well, it's average. So depending on how many planes they damage or shoot down, you can adjust depending on how you feel about it. But if you want just the effect of seeing the flak in the air and the possibility of some bombers getting hit, then that should suffice if you're going to fly in with your bomber or fighter squadrons and shoot at them. So what I want to do now is go ahead and slow down. They should be somewhat in range. Let's see, can we view one of these guys? I think I have to put a truck over there, because I can't quite view the flak gun for some reason. Normally you could. Let me see, so I'm viewing the bomber squadron. That looks nice. So I can only use that for the bomber squadron. That's a nice view. So I cannot look at the guns down there. Let me see, can I look at these guys? No, I am unable to view these guys, which is disappointing. That shows me airfields. So I think what the only way to view these guys is if I put a truck down there. But either way, this formation looks pretty good. There's somebody, yeah, they're behind, which is fine. All right, so let's go back to the map. They should be coming up to the brim of the flak guns. So let's get them up there. So the flak guns should be taking aim soon. All right, so let's come over here. Let's see. There you go. There's some flak going. I think they're aiming for the first squadron, and pretty much the second squadron's getting all the business. Again, let's see, just zoom in over here. So plenty of flak, but all the flak's in the rear. And if you need to, you can increase the skill level. Oh, wait. This guy was hit. He doesn't look that bad, but apparently he was hit hard enough to where they're like, drop bombs and leave. Alright, so that's one down. Oh, they got another one smoking. So again, it may be beneficial to move one of the second squadron further back, because then they won't get flak, but then you could increase the skill level of the artillery or the flak guys to increase the odds of them hitting a B-17. believe I've lost track of that one B-17, but I believe all their pilots have jumped, or all their crew members have jumped out. Yeah, that plane's going down. Let's go ahead and check this guy out. Got a couple of engines smoking there. I think I selected the wrong group. Let's go here and click this guy. Oh, he's been... Okay, so the lead guy for here has been hit. And funny enough, they're now getting into formation. They've sped up a bit. Or they're falling back. So they may be following... Well, they are following this guy. So he's probably running slower now. That's why that squadron was able to pick back up and catch up. But either way, let's look. The rest of them look like they came through more or less unscathed. Might be a little damage, but nothing appears to be significant other than the lead plane. Right, yeah, his engines, 2 engines are smoking, but he's still carrying on. So they've made it through the flak. You can set up other flak areas, like say before Paris, to shoot at them some more. But either way, I mean, you can increase the skill level a bit too as well. I mean, only if you will, one plane was shot down. This squadron is actually running slower now because of the lead bomber was hit. So these guys are still, they're just separating further so that now you can come in with your, your fighter groups and come in and take them out. And then, but they'll still carry on towards Paris. Oh no, so they're not going down, they're just leaving, they're returning. I wonder if it was because crew members were killed or whatever the reason, I'm just curious. Because the plane looks intact. I mean, other than a fin. I would say it could have carried on all the way. But either way, they decided to turn around. So again, you can set up more guns, say, before Paris, before they do their, drop their bombs. But yeah, that is it. And then, as the last video, they'll drop their bombs. They will then turn around and head home. But again, that is a little demonstration of how to set up flak guns. I didn't limit them to any altitude, so if there's any other fighters that come around, they will be shot at as well. Disperse them as you see fit. I decided to put them in groups of 20, but you could probably make larger groups. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one.